Hey there everyone, welcome back to the garage for another episode of HET. So we got the motorcycle here, which has just crested the 15,000 mile mark on the odometer, which means it's time to check the primary chain. So I'll walk you guys through the entire process of checking the chain, and then if necessary, we'll make any adjustments to get it back into spec. So with that being said, we'll get right into this. So now when we check the primary chain, we want to check it in multiple spots. So in order to do that, we're going to rotate the chain around by using the starter motor. However, when we're doing that, we don't want the engine to fire. So as a precaution, we are going to disconnect the spark plugs. In order to gain access to the spark plugs, we have to take off the airbox. So I've already gone through the liberty of taking off the airbox cover, but we still got a few more bolts we need to remove, two of which are down here. And two of which are up here. Alright, so now with those screws removed, we are going to flap up this little grommet so that he goes in this hole. Alright, and then we're going to more or less do the same thing to remove this guy the rest of the way. Just move that guy through the hole. Okay, and then be careful not to break any wires or anything when you're lifting this guy out. Okay, and we're just going to kind of rotate him out of the way. That should be fine for now. Alright, so finally we're just going to pull the connector for this air temp sensor. Put them off to the side. And then just kind of push through these breather hoses. And voila, full access. Alright, so now you don't absolutely need to fully remove the bottom of the airbox, but it does make the access a lot easier, and it definitely makes for a much better camera shot. So this is the wire that connects to our coil packs. So to disconnect the spark plugs, electrically at least, all you need to do is undo this connector here, wiggle them free, and now we can run our starter motor without any worry about the engine actually firing. Okay, so now to access the primary chain itself, we're just going to take off these screws for the inspection cover. Then gently take off the gasket. Okay, try not to get this dirty. And then if we take a peek inside, we should be able to see the primary chain. Alright, so you can see the chain there with my measuring tape next to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a clean screwdriver and then just kind of move the chain upward. And we are definitely out of spec. So spec for this chain is we want to be somewhere between 3/8 and 1/2 inch of free play. So I can move the chain all the way past the top of the inspection hole, which means we are definitely beyond 1/2 of an inch. So now I'll go through what the procedure is for tightening the chain. Okay, so to adjust the primary chain, we need to loosen this lock nut on the adjuster, which is a 7/8. So we're gonna get our wrench around there. And then just do a lefty-loosey. Okay. Loosen that guy up a little bit. And then to tighten it, we are going to use a 1/4 inch hex drive. And tighten it up. Just a little bit. Alright, so you can see here, I've messed around with it for a little while, but I'm a little bit of 1/8 of an inch past the 2. And then when I move it with my screwdriver, I'm stopping about right at the top of the inspection hole. So that's about 3/8 of an inch of free play. So that's within the specs, and now we'll go rotate this, check the chain at other points. So I've checked this at a few spots now, and I would say all of them are within that 3/8 to 1/2 inch range. If you have to choose, it's better to be on the 1/2 inch side than the 3/8, just because if you over tighten it, it will excessively wear out your clutch. But right now I'm happy where this is at, so we'll go ahead and tighten up the lock nut and then seal up the rest of the inspection cover and reconnect our spark plugs. So Torx Bit on the lock nut is technically 20 to 22 foot-pounds, but good luck getting a socket of any type on there with the kickstand thing in the way. So I pretty much just get it so it's good and tight, and then kind of similar deal with these bolts for the inspection cover. I forget exactly what the Torx Bit is on these, but something like really low, like 4 foot-pounds or something. So just, you know, good and tight, don't over torque them. You should be fine. Alright, so once we connect the spark plug wires, at that point it's really easy to put it all back together. So I won't show you the rest of that. But thanks for watching this video if you guys have stuck through it this long. Hope the rest of your guys' projects are going well. Remember to hit that notification bell, like this video and subscribe to the channel. Really helps us out. As always, I'll have links to all of the equipment I used in the product description below. With that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks, guys.